left.
The liberation of mutant kind has begun.
Welcome to the future.
Who's this clown?
Not clown, Joker.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Nobody tampers with the equipment except Tony Stark.
Good idea.
United, the Avengers are strong.
Hawkeye, hands off.
Fool! Have you forgotten my invincible magnetic power?
Not this time, Magneto.
My mutant brain senses danger.
Something unseen is slowly spreading its poison, edging tempers.
Think carefully before you do this.
You filthy criminals.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I believe we are live. Welcome to episode 133 of Two Fat Guys Pulls. It is May 28th. It is a good day, and we are rocking and rolling with another new, or fresh week of a new comic book day, and into what we read this week. And I was. We'll get to it. We'll get to this week's grade, but first we're gonna do our business, right? Our business. Do that thing. For first, we're going to talk about our show. We're going to talk about our show sponsor, and that is Collected Comics and Games here in the DFW area. They're an awesome LCS that we would love for you to check out if you're ever in the DFW area. They have 2 locations, soon to be 3. The first location is in Fort Worth. The second location is in Keller, and the third and soon to be third location is going to be in Irving. So if you're in the DFW area, go check out Collected Comics and Games. The other thing we'd love for you to do is head on over to brainycomics.com. So if you go over to brainycomics.com, this is what you're going to see. An amazing website where you can do some online shopping for some comic books, but not only comic books. You can get exclusive and variant covers, bundles, bad idea books, new comic books, mystery bags, back issues, graphic novels, games, toys and collectibles, and even trading cards. Super crazy. So head on over to brainycomics.com if you want to do a little bit of Memorial Day shopping, right? Do a little bit of shopping. And then before you check out, we would love for you to go up into that upper left-hand corner, that search bar right there, and type in Two Fat Guys Pull List. When you type in Two Fat Guys Pull List,
upper decker.
Yep. This will pop up right here, and you've got a Two Fat Guys Pull List upgrade and premium upgrade. Now, the initial upgrade is the $8 one, which gets you 1 mystery exclusive cover comic cover. If you do the premium for $15, you get 2. Now, if you were trying to think like, well, what am I going to get with that? Well, if you head on over again to that front page, you can see some of the very, current exclusives that Ron has on his currently available, which got some really cool ones. I really love the Strange Academy and this Amazing Spider-Man. But we'd love for you to go over to brainycomics.com, do a little bit of shopping, put in that upgrade into your panel, and rock and roll. So that's going to do it for that part of the business right there. Also, we got to talk about our subscription goal giveaway, right? We're trying to hit 850 subscribers. And when we do, we're giving away this really cool slab. Green Lantern #1, John Stewart on the cover, CBCS 9.8 grade. Really cool thing we're going to give away. Oh, shit. And then when we hit 1,000, we're giving away this big bad boy. No, we're doing it. Now, excuse me, got a little tickle in my throat. I'm going to give some incentive here.
Oh.
Yeah. Do a little bit of incentive. Yep.
Okay.
Incentive is, if we can hit 850 subscribers next weekend, next Sunday.
Oh.
Not only will we be giving away the 850 slab, I'm going to pick out 2 more slabs in my personal collection.
Oh my god.
To give away. Now, if we can hit 1,000 subscribers by next Sunday,
You're silly.
I may be silly, but I got to do this. If we hit 1,000 subscribers by next Sunday, not only will we give away our 850 slab, not only will we give away our 950 slab and our 1,000 slab, I will give an additional 3 slabs away that Sunday if we hit 1,000 subscribers. And I'm throwing in a $100 Visa gift card if we hit 1,000 subscribers by next Saturday. So that is the gauntlet. I have thrown it down to y'all. Let's see if we can do it. If we can hit 850, we're giving away 2 additional slabs. If we can hit 1,000 by next Sunday, we will be giving away not only three of our current slabs that we're giving away at those milestones. I'll be giving away 3 extra slabs and a $100 Visa gift card. So, chat, you know the deal. If you're watching this and you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, give us a like. Let's hit.
Like it's free.
It's almost like it's free. Let's hit that 1,000 sub mark. Let's get us there. We can only do it with you. So please get the word out. Push this thing out there. Let's get it done. Let's hit 1,000 subscribers because we want to do it. We totally want to do it. Holy cow. Patty's like, holy cow. That is the deal. That is going to be the deal. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure my screen's on over there, but it keeps on like.
My screen's not on.
Well, yeah, duh.
Okay. You said you wanted to make sure it was on, and I was just letting you know it's not.
I got to put on the holy cow, I think. Do I still have the cow button? I don't remember. Let's see. Maybe it's just Jim? No, not just Jim. Full cam? No. Gaming?
Whoa, he's just pushing.
No, my gosh, we're just going crazy over here.
Looking into the matrix there.
Going to the news?
About this Hallows Eve, because I am shocked you even gave that a chance. Not you as an individual, but just like anyone gave that book a chance. So you have led us towards some really good books. So shit, am I gonna have to read that now?
I mean, we've read Peacemaker and we actually love that. Like, that's a really good book. Does the next one come out this week?
What?
The next Peacemaker book?
Next week.
Next week, not
2 weeks.
This week.
So not this. No, it's 2 more weeks. Yeah, 2 more weeks.
Turn the lights off. Yeah, Joe, we're good now. We're good. I just had to.
Also, John, thanks for putting the upgrade on your World Tree exclusive. That's pretty dope.
Heck yeah. Where's it?
Pay attention, good God.
I'm sorry. I was over there making sure. I just ordered. Oh, I'm braining Dote. I will let Ron know. Cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into this week. So, as I was saying before, this week was I'd give it a solid B, I think. I mean, there wasn't anything for me that was like just outstanding, right? Mm-hmm. But there were some good books, and I will say the length of books, like everything read pretty smooth. Like, there wasn't one that kind of lagged. Everything read smoothly.
I would say I felt like I had one book that kind of drug on for me a little bit.
What was that?
Well, I don't think you picked it up.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, then let's go ahead and just get into it. Let's start our show off with HELLCAT issue number 3. And I'm going to have to pick my patois, like, on the spot.
Patois.
And this one's really close for me because this book is still banging, man. Like, this if you're not reading HELLCAT, I'm not going to say you're missing out because I think you need to. You have to be invested with HELLCAT, and I only think the investment is at the beginning, obviously, with her being in Cantwell's Iron Man run, right? So like you have that connection to continue her story here, right? Yeah. But if you were so fortunate to do so, I think you're in for a real big treat with this run. I think Lynn's art style is just spot on.
Yep.
The coloring is fantastic. The story is phenomenal. and it's just got me continuously second guessing. Like I didn't know what to expect from this book, right? I think what I guess what we were expecting was hopefully there was a continuation with her and Tony, or that there was this longing for Tony, and we do not have that in this book. We have a full-fledged murder mystery demonic book here. And it lives to the name of HELLCAT, right? And I don't know, man, this issue just kept it going. I have not seen a slump yet in HELLCAT, and 3 just continued to push the boundary.
Yep, I agree. I would say that the only thing that I feel a little bit lost on is like we're diving even deeper into her already established lore with like the issues with Son of Satan and a couple of Thunderbolts issues, and even some of her run-ins in Defenders, and it's like, man, it's making me feel like I could appreciate this even more if I had done a little bit more back reading.
Mm-hmm.
But not necessarily in a negative way, just like almost like in a itchy way. Like I need to go figure out, like, if we're going to keep using her in modern continuity this well, then maybe it'll be worth going back and reading maybe some of those subpart issues.
Right. You went frozen, by the way. But I totally agree with what you're saying, man. We're just having technical issues out the yang. But yeah, no, I agree. The other thing that I'm really digging about this book, and I think we mentioned it every time, is that there are a select amount of writers at Marvel right now that are pulling D, F, E, whatever, Z-less characters and just bringing them into the fold and writing them like they're A-list characters, you know? Sleepwalker, again, not a clue. I saw an action figure the other day. I was like, oh, look, that's Sleepwalker. That's it. That's all I got. And now I'm reading it. I'm like, God damn it, dude. I need to know more about Sleepwalker. And Cantwell's doing a fantastic. I mean, he did it with HELLCAT, right? He did it with HELLCAT in his Iron Man run. You brought in this character that I'm sure it was much more popular. And I wouldn't say popular, but just there was much more of a following. But I think he's really pushed her forward into, I wouldn't say casual readers, but just readers that aren't necessarily looking to do any digging.
Sure.
And so he's doing it with Sleepwalker now too. So give me a Sleepwalker book. Like, I want more. I want this Sleepwalker Council. I want this whole thing. I want it. I want it all.
This guy.
But as for issue number 3, I think the story progressed really well. We got a lot more character world building with HELLCAT and her past, and just how, I mean, you know, she tries to do the right thing even when she does the wrong thing, which is pretty cool. And then we've got this whole, she dies, goes to hell, comes back, and something's off. Something's different, where demons are even afraid of her outside of hell. And then we've got her, you know, Son of Satan, who's up to something, man. He's doing something. But this issue just pushed this narrative of, we don't know what the hell's going on. And I don't think we're not going to know until the very end. And I dig that, man. I think you can go about it 2 different ways when you do that kind of style of writing. One, where you're intriguing the reader to continue to want to pick up issues even though they don't know what's coming next, right? But they do it in such a intriguing way and enticing way that you continue to pull the book, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's another way where the reader just kind of figures that you're going to understand that you're not going to know what's happening right now, and they're hoping that you'll understand their writing style, that you'll continue to read the book, and the new readers fall off a cliff. And we've had plenty of books like that where it's like, you're not supposed to know what's going on, but it's not implied, right? It's just kind of left hanging there, and it almost makes you feel as a reader like you're dumb, that you don't the one person that I get that a lot with is Cy Spurrier. Like, read his books, and it's like, it's clear that he's trying to tell you you're not going to figure out what's going on until the very end. But he does it so cryptically that you're like, well, I don't want to read this book anymore. Like, that's how those are the 2 ways of doing it. I think Cantwell's doing a much better job, and maybe he's spelling it out better, right? Maybe he's spelling it out better for dumber readers. I don't know. But for me, the way he's writing this mystery makes sense. Whereas when there's this implied mystery in Cy Spurrier's books, I'm like, I don't even want to try. I don't even want to read it. So That's my 2 cents.
I got you.
Anyway, that's HELLCAT issue number 3. Really dug it. Cannot wait for the next issue, and I am intrigued as hell. Is it my pick of the week? No. And that's really hard to say because it's so close to my patois. Like, it's so close, but it's not right there. It's just right there.
Have a good dinner.
Later, brah. Thor, issue number 34 from Groenbeck. There's good bones here.
There's some solid bones here.
There's some solid bones here. And
thick, sturdy bones. Mm-hmm.
But I think
Luckily
Groenbeck...
they're underneath a fat, ugly body.
Well, but which sucks because Groenbeck's a great writer.
Me?
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I feel like this whole Donnie thing has really scrubbed some awesome ideas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you've got writers who are doing their best to pick up the pieces with what they have and what they're allowed to do, right? Because it would appear that whatever Donnie was setting up with this, black infinity stone and the stones infused in Mjolnir, it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. Or if it does, it's going to happen in Al Ewing's book, which if that does happen, bravo. Thank you for picking those up. But it's almost as if Groenbeck has been told, hey, you need to finish this book out. You can lead us to this conclusion, but don't do anything else. Don't do anything crazy. And yeah, it just feels like this last arc does not feel like its intended result. And that's obvious, right? Because Donnie's not involved and he never will be. So it just felt... It felt like there should have been more meat on the bone. Yeah. And I don't think that's anybody's fault.
John puts it pretty good too. Thanos versus Doom should have been way better. Like that's I feel like that whole interaction, the whole meetup where they're all in the past getting together, meeting up, and you've got Thor, Doom, Thanos, and Boar all in a room together, and we essentially got no battle at all. That kind of sucks. Like that feels like we could have maybe done something a little bit more with that, but I don't know. I feel like I'm grading this book on a curve a little bit, almost to the point where it's like, well, I'll give you props for the good meat, and then I'll politely spit out the bad parts and leave them and not really talk about them, just because I think the team's just kind of doing the best they can, like you said, with what they got. The art in some way John said Thor's artwork made me sad. I jumped back and forth on the artwork with this.
There's pages where it looks really good, and there's pages
on the previous issue it worked, and then there were some pages of this that it really didn't work. So I don't know. Like this is a book that, like, I think with an even grade would probably get a little bit lower. But
what did the stone ended up being a person? That stone ends up being, I forget. Hela, that's right. So the stone is Hela. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so like we're getting into the thing that I like is that Torun is saying, hey, if we're gonna start pussyfooting around with Norwegian mythology and lore, we're gonna do some of the real shit. And so she's really bringing in some of the stuff that's like legit, like Norse mythology, not just like, hey, Thor is Norse and so is Odin, so we'll make up whatever we want to in the process. She's bringing some pretty legit actual lore into it, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late for this series.
Unfortunately, what is she? Didn't she get something? She's got a new book coming out, right? Or no?
I don't know.
I feel like she does. That, or I'm getting her confused with Ewing and getting Immortal Hulk.
Do some research.
All right. Well, let's move on while we do that. We got Darth Vader, Black, White, and Red, issue number 2 from Aaron and a bunch of other people. I liked the issue. I thought for me the coolest issue that kind of resonated toward me, even though I don't know. They were all pretty good. They were all fun. The Jason Aaron story was cool with him, with Vader like essentially killing everyone, being strapped to a table. Like, I mean, like I will say, how did you not know about the Force? Right? Like how can you think that you're going to subdue Vader by just turning off all of his systems and you know, essentially thinking he's just a computer, right? Like, no. There's the Force, right? There's the dark side of the Force that he's able to control, and he starts killing people with his mind, which I thought was really kick-ass, very horror-esque. And then the second story, we got the, you know, alien, you know, the aliens essentially of the Star Wars mythos, which I thought was cool, and seeing Vader kind of deal with that. And then the third story I thought was, I kind of liked this third story the most. I thought the third story was the most fun because we had him almost looking like a hero, you know, like, or him or someone looking up to Vader because he looked so badass, which I thought was kind of like a, you know, a relatable term, like a gender bender, you know, like you just had this like idea of you know, the good guy actually being the bad guy actually being the good guy in the story. Overall, I liked the issue. I thought issue 2, outside of the Peach Momoko, like if I take the Peach Momoko out of issue 1, this issue was much stronger than issue 1 in my opinion. I didn't like the last story in issue 1. I didn't. Can't hear you. There you go. I got you. I got you.
I try not to let opinions and facts get mixed together, but that's just factually a bad take.
No, dude, it's not. It's not a bad take.
This issue is not, cannot even touch issue 1.
Nah, issue 1 was issue 1. Okay, I'm told you, if you take Peach Momoko's, if you take her story out of it,
you can't do that. Okay, sure.
Right.
If you take the meat and the potatoes out of my meat and potato dinner, then that dinner sucked. But
okay,
but if you put the meat and potatoes back in, then it was good again.
That's what I'm saying. Like her story made issue 1. If you take that out and the other 2 stories were meh, this was better.
I don't know what I don't.
What? How's hard?
Books.
Okay, whatever.
I just didn't like the Jason Aaron story. I felt like was weaker than the first issue, but it was still okay. The middle issue was nothing, and I really actually felt like it was a pretty big cop out of the use of the black, white, and red theme. They were just like, oh, well, we're just going to do everything in red, to the point where it didn't make it substantial at all. And I liked the third story. I thought the third story was good. I think everything you said about it is correct. Like that, it was interesting to see him still being bad, but also like a hero to someone. Which you're like, is that more of a character trait, character flaw of his? Like, is Anakin still showing through, or is that showing a character flaw of the person that he saved? That person's like idolizing him or looking up to him as a hero.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that third story of the first one was way better than the second one of this one. So.
It's trash.
This book dragged for me. It took me a while to finish this book.
So is this the book that you were talking about?
This is the book I was talking about.
Okay. Well, sucks to be wrong. Sucks to be wrong. No,
it doesn't. It doesn't.
It's fine.
I wouldn't know. That's
Did you find out if Grobeck's got a book or not?
Yeah, she's doing Realm of X.
That's right. Yeah, dope. All right. Well, let's just put a cap on that. Let's move on. Next step. Let's just ride on over to DC. Right. We've got Dawn of DC Superman Action Comics issue number 1055. This is my patois. Okay. It's just I really, really like Cyborg Spider-Man. Henshaw, I think his name is Hank Henshaw. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. I dig him as a character. I think he's a really cool, I don't want to say variant, but just I like the character himself. I like, when the whole death of Superman happened back in the 90s, I remember it, and I remember when they were, I remember when it happened, and then I remember when DC was like, and there's 3 or however many, 4, I don't remember how many Superman they revealed. Was it 4? Maybe it's 5. Cyborg, Spider-Man. Did I say Spider-Man? I meant Superman. I don't know. I like the character. Like, I like the character design, obviously. But the idea of the characters kick ass. So this issue was super fun. And I think, and Nate's not here at the moment, but I will say something once he comes back that'll probably ruffle his feathers, and that's okay. That's the whole point. But I love the involvement of the super family in this. I feel like it's exactly what this secondary Superman, even though it's, Action Comics obviously was first, but I feel like Action Comics is always the comic B when it comes to Superman. But it just feels like it's firing on all cylinders, and it's because of the involvement of the super family, right? In my opinion. And so this whole idea of Hank Henshaw, like controlling cybernetics outside of the Phantom Zone, it's just cool, right? But I feel like this, where Philip Kennedy Johnson is currently with this book, this feels like a Superman comic, right? In the basic term, right? Whereas when he was doing Warworld, not that it wasn't enjoyable, because Nate, I know you liked Warworld. That just felt more almost Dungeons and Dragon-esque compared to this current arc. This to me feels like what? I think you're muted.
I was just saying sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think this current story arc, since we've gotten into the involvement of the family, has just felt like classic Superman. It's or at least for me, right? Because I'm not a seasoned DC reader. So, like, I don't know what a classic Superman book should read like. But to me, this is it. This is, in the sense of it being the second, the second of 2 current Superman ongoing books, right? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I liked it. I love the premise of Cyborg Superman, creating technological zombies. I think that's fucking cool. Yeah. He's scary in this book. Like, the way he comes across, like, ugh, like you just get chills in your spine because this dude is doing all this while he's trapped in the Phantom Zone. That's fucking cool. So, I don't know. And then I think all the characters, with the family, the Steel family, all of them. I think Philip Kennedy Johnson is just firing in all cylinders. And then on top of that, I thought the artwork was fantastic. And then this is my cover of the week. I love this fucking cover.
Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, I don't have anything to add for the main book. Did you read the backups?
I didn't read the Lois Clark, and then I skimmed through Steel.
Did you try to read Steel?
Yes, and I just at that point it was late, and I was like, I can't get through it.
I almost crumbled this book into a million pieces.
Oh no!
I was very upset.
Okay, tell me why.
So I'm gonna read you a little bit of dialogue because I want everyone to chat to get this too. This is Natasha and Connor dialoguing back and forth. First, Natasha calls Connor's jacket mid. He says, new jacket is kind of mid. He goes, mid? This is a reworked vintage couture. It's a total fit. And then they go and she says, bruh, how? Not even a variable shift fluctuation? He says, you want me to turn it up a notch? And she says, you know the vibes, dog. And then she smashes something with her hammer and says, nah, this ain't it, sis. Are you goddamn kidding me,
bro? How are you gonna connect to Gen Z, man? You got to be lit.
Time to break this shield's mood. The fuck does that mean?
Dude, you're old, bro.
Oh my god. No, I know, but see, the issue is I know
You're
what
sussy
all of
baka,
this
bro.
means. I know what all of this means, but
Yeah.
like,
But does the writer?
I'm pretty sure this. Like, I looked up the writer because this writer is someone I was really looking forward to seeing, like, what they were getting into, what they had going on, and I don't know, man. I almost wonder if I genuinely almost wonder if the editor, and this is gonna sound bad, and I'm not trying to accuse anyone of anything, but
Sounds like you're about to.
it sounds like the editor picked a black guy and was like, "Yo, speak to the young generation," and the guy's like, "How do I do that?" And they're like, "Just use the lingo of today," and he's like, "Well, I mean, I do want a job at DC, so I guess I'll do it," and then just did it. Because I genuinely don't think unless this guy genuinely wrote this on his own, and then maybe he's not the author I thought he was. Because,
Well, great.
Yikes.
Grayson says, minus the mood phrase, in general, kids generally do talk like that. It kind of fits to me.
So here's the issue. Here's the issue. Immature 12-year-olds who don't have a good grip of society do speak like that. That is true.
Yeah.
Is that the vibe? Is that the feel that you get when you think about Natasha Irons and Connor?
Probably not.
It's not, right?
Yeah,
like, that's not what we think of at all.
No, you're right.
And so even though we could be trying to appeal to a generation, one, I don't think any child in the planet that is genuinely speaking like that without it being ironic, no kid that genuinely speaks like that is actually reading Action Comics. Right? I bet you not one in the whole world.
Y'all heard it.
I would not believe it.
Y'all heard it here, folks. Nate is anti-woke. He's against woke comics.
Here's the thing. This has nothing to do with woke.
He's just off the deep end. He hates going to Target. He doesn't drink Budweiser.
I don't, but that's because it makes me sick.
Yeah.
That's because it's made with rice.
You heard it here first, man. We have a comic skater on the show now. This sucks. What are we gonna do?
Wow, that's wow. I think we're gonna have to move on with here.
Anyway, this is my pick of the week.
Yeah, I mean, Meg teaches school, and none of her kids are talking like that.
All right. Let's go. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to chat. Hey man, I'm just saying hi and happy birthday. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate that. Hello, fellow children. You both are right. I'm gonna have to side with him here. Kids don't really sound like that. I'm in high school. I'm a high school teacher, so I hear that crap all the time.
Right. But none of those kids that talk like that are reading comics.
There are very few kids into comics that talk like that, if any. Gotcha. Yeah, no, you're right. We need more comics in school. That's all I gotta say. Right? All right, let's keep going. Now we got Green Arrow, Dawn of ZC Green Arrow, issue number 2. I say it about every issue to you. I'm just worried that there's gonna be a slump. And there are certain books that seem to continue to prove me wrong on that. And for me, I think Green Arrow number 2 proved me wrong on the slump. Was it better than issue 1? No. But it was good. I enjoyed it. And there's still this mystery, right? And I think it's strong when you have a book, you have a character that I do not know, I know little about. But I'm still intrigued to continue to read it, and you're throwing in a mystery on top of me trying to figure out who Green Arrow is. Bravo. Yep. So I liked it. I gave it a solid A.
Yeah, I agree. It's very rare that you can get me a book where the main character is someone I'm unfamiliar with, and the entire supporting cast is someone pretty much unfamiliar with. And yet somehow I'm intrigued by all of it. Enough so that I think what's working here is there's a good combo of giving you enough mystery to want to learn more, giving you enough information about each character to want to learn more about them, and having a good supporting artist that makes a just visually fun and easy book to look at. Because if this is not a knock, if this had been, if say the art from like Thor was on this book, I don't think it would be nearly as successful with you and I. And I'm not even saying that artist is a bad artist. I'm just saying that I genuinely think the artist of this book is helping push it along really well.
And here's our worry, right? What happens in issue 4 or issue 5?
Yeah.
Like, we know what's coming.
They're gone.
That's unfortunate. Anyway,
but I don't know. I'm looking right now, but for some reason DC does not have their solicitations past like June. So
I went your way. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I liked it, and I like the mystery of this whole like Green Lantern not wanting to go home because we can never be a family. We can never be together again. Well, why? Like, it's intriguing. I like it. Patty, my dad teaches high school, and whenever I go to use the shop, when I go to use the shop or something, all the kids still seem like stereotypical Ontario kids sound like it anyway. I think Americans are just dumb, guy. I just think we're just dumb. We're
no doubt about that.
We're just dumb. Kids actually stole comics from school and local libraries, but never the novels. So they never bought trade paperbacks again because it costs too much. Yeah, I hear that. John, oh yeah, happy birthday. Thank you, sir. Very unfortunate, but I guess if they only ever saw a comic at the library and not a place else, good chance it won't get returned. Yeah, I understand. And then Pat says, happy birthday. Thank you very much. Today's been super relaxing. It's been super chill. Bought some new clothes. So I got some new threads.
Oh, new threads, huh?
Yeah, dude. Got some new chubby shorts, and I got
That's not where I was expecting that to go.
Yeah, I knew. The minute I said it, his eyes are gonna get big. We got a Hal Brothers shirt. Obviously I got my new PC over there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And what else? What else did I do? I got some geish and
Geish.
Also I bought a new manga today.
Oh, good Lord.
Space Mercenary. Actually, it's called Reborn as a Space Mercenary. I woke up piloting the strongest starship.
Every time there's like a quadruple length title, you're gonna buy it.
Yeah, dude. I like it. To me, it screams I have to read it. If the title's not a paragraph, it's not worth picking up. I don't pick up mangas that are just like Dragon Ball Z. Like, nah, man, it's gotta. Yeah, I need there to be like 3 sentences in the title of the book. But
totally.
Started reading it. It's actually really fun. I started reading it before dinner. It was fun. By the way, I have 7 long boxes in the back of my classroom at my local that my local comic store donated to my school. I'm doing my part. Hell yeah, John. That's awesome, man. That's so kick-ass. Sorry, my nose is super itchy. All right, let's move on. Nightwing issue 104. Relieved is what I will say about this issue. I am done with this little girl and her being the son of Black Widow. I don't care. You know,
I cannot wait for Taylor to bring her back up. I cannot wait for it.
Yeah, he will. She'll be like she will be the integral part of Dawn of DC. She will be the key to everything you watch. To me, the only noteworthy thing for this issue was Raven.
Yeah.
I really liked Raven and her just being a fucking boss and just, the whole Nightwing having superpowers for 2 hours, whatever, him going to Superman and like, show me the Earth. And, oh, well, like, okay, whatever. I don't care. Like, I know that's supposed to resonate.
I don't understand why you can be so callous about a character you've been enjoying so.
I do. I just don't give a shit about this arc. I'm sorry. Like,
this arc has nothing to do with the parts you don't like, though. All of that stuff that you were just skimming over, there's like, it's dumb. Those are the best parts, and those were great. Those were like core showing you Dick and like his essence. They were almost slice of life-ish.
I know. Listen. No, that's not. This is not. Don't even disrespect the genre of slice of life. Okay. Don't even start. Listen. I know how cool Dick is. I'm still reading Nightwing. Don't get me wrong. That's fine. I'm just telling you, personally, I could give 2 shits Just like whenever we do New Comic Book Day, and there's this book on there that you're not going to pick up, and you're like, if there's anything ever that I would say that I don't give two shits about this character, it's this book. Like, you do that all the time, every week. Let me have my moments.
But
Like,
yeah, but yours are bad timing.
shut up. That's not true.
You're talking about the character. You're bad mouthing him.
No,
And it's
listen,
like-
I enjoy. Okay, sorry, maybe I didn't specify. Did I enjoy him flying around being Super Nightwing? Sure. Yeah, no, it was fine. It was a good read. It didn't bother me. But overall, I do not care about this little girl and why Hell wants her. I don't. Okay, get it. Blockbuster's an ass. He sold his soul. No, he sold his daughter's soul because he's too goddamn selfish to sell his own. Whoops, that didn't work out because you're dead, son. So you're already in hell anyway, right? Because you're a bad dude. And now, time to collect. Okay, great. Like, this arc to me, this arc feels so out of place to the rest of the last parts of Nightwing. Where's Heartless? What's happening to Bellhaven? What are we doing? You know, like, no, we're saving this girl from hell. Okay, sure, whatever. Like, am I still reading it? Yes. Is this essentially?
He's about to drop Nightwing.
Is this whole arc been essentially Titans? Before, you know, the prologue. Yes. Yeah, that's essentially what it is.
I think that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying I'm glad it's over and I'm ready to move on. But I did like Raven being a boss in hell. So there's my take.
I do like that as well.
You got anything else to add, or are you just gonna leave my negative review of this book on the floor?
I'm just gonna leave your negative review of this book just on the floor. I'll let everyone sit with it.
I mean, what do you think, Chad?
This
Am
is
I
my
off?
cover of the week, by the way.
No, it's a good cover. It's not my
it's
cover.
Actually, not. It's the art's not executed very well.
No, but
like,
we
this
know
is
what's
not
behind
Redondo's
it.
best work, but
we know what's behind
just
it.
The meme of it is so fucking funny.
Chad, let me know. Am I off? Like, was this issue just amazing, and this whole arc was just fantastic, and I'm just a shitty person? Like, let me know. After reading an X-Men book, a slice of life, easy to understand book is refreshing. Gotcha.
That's right.
All right, Doom Patrol issue number 3. Did you read this?
I did.
Did you like it?
I read all 3. Got caught up.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I'm really liking this little series.
Right? And I'm so pissed that it's a limited series.
That's not cool.
I just like that the Doom Patrol are obviously the black sheep of the DC universe right now, and they kind of do their own thing, and they don't give a fuck, right? And I don't know. I liked the story. I liked the Starro mix of it, and it being, you know, them trying to fix, you know, try to help this thing out.
Yeah. Help the like fat nerd with this fucking starfish stuck to his face.
Yeah. I like that. And I liked that the core kind of came off as arrogant. And everyone's kind of.
Everyone is kind of bad when dealing with Doom Patrol, but especially the core came off kind of looking like asses. But if you're gonna do that, you always got to put. I can't think of his name. The redheaded dude.
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner, as the head, and then he's always gonna look like an ass.
Yeah, what I will say though that there is a bit of a disconnect in the tone, right? And I'll say that with World's Finest, because World's Finest is using Doom Patrol as like secondary characters that aren't misfits, whereas in this book, Batman's like, fuck Doom Patrol, don't you fucking come to Gotham, because I will kick your ass, right? Because in this book, everyone's pissed at them for stepping on their territory, whereas in World's Finest, it's the tone of the team is so different. It's almost like they're mainstream. So I will say that that's kind of, and that's very minor, very, 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 very.
I don't know that you can hold that to this writer on what someone else is doing.
I know, and that's why I'm saying it's extremely minor. But in my brain, it just that connection is being made. So anyway,
Batman's also a bitch to anyone that goes into Gotham without his permission, no matter what. He would treat anyone that way. He'd treat Flash that way. He he would treat Dick that way if Dick went there without telling him. So
Grayson says, love Nightwing, love Olivia. This arc has seemed a smidge out of place, though.
Well, see, that's the problem too, Grayson. Is I actually agree with what he's saying. It's just the delivery of it is just uncouth to me, so I'm not gonna let him get away with it.
I mean, I got away with it.
I'm allowed to be uncouth. That's my thing. But you're not.
Whatever. I haven't read this yet, but I bought it and I loved the first 2 issues. Yeah, the third issue.
This one too, John. It's
really good.
Continues at the same pace for sure.
We better get a part 2 because this has been super fun. Like Doom Patrol needs to exist.
Yep.
So, wow, is that it? No way.
That's it.
That's it. Wow,
That's it, dude.
That was a short week.
Next week's even shorter.
I know, man. Like I was looking at it earlier today. Because it's essentially the 5th week, even though it's not.
Yeah.
Let's check that out really quick. Yeah, you know what? It's so short. I remember looking at it and going like, are there books that I'm just not picking up?
Nope. I went back through the books twice this week. There's nothing that I'm like missing.
I have 5 books. I'm only reviewing 4 of them on next week's issues, on next week's show.
I have 4. Yeah.
So I think the big book for us will be the Spider-Man book because it's so, spoilers. It's so, wrapped in controversy with what's about to happen. So we'll leave it up to that. But yeah, it is a short show this week, guys. I apologize, but there just wasn't that many books this week that we read. But it was fun. And what was your patois? You never said you didn't have one. Man, 2 weeks in a row. No patois.
No, last week I picked one.
Oh, that's right. You game changed. You shifted in the middle.
Game changed. Yeah, I kept everyone on their toes.
Didn't happen this week though.
Not gonna happen this week.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, it is what it is. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to call the show short this week because I mean it is my birthday and I want to go play some video games. But anyway, we thank you everyone for who was here live and anyone that is watching this as a past episode. My challenge still stands. The gauntlet has been laid. If we can hit 850 subscribers, we're giving 2 additional slabs away, plus the 850. If we hit 1,000 next week, we are giving away the 3, the 850, the 950, and 1,000, and 3 additional slabs from my personal collection, plus a $100 Visa gift card. Get y'all's people to watch this show and subscribe. We need everyone to subscribe and let us hit 1,000 by next Sunday. Can we do it? It's really not that much, right? Like if we do the math, right? What are we looking at here? We're at 827 currently.
163.
Can we get 163 people to subscribe to this show before next Sunday? Before I will give it to the end of the show next Sunday. If we can do that, we're gonna have a giveaway palooza. So
giveaway palooza.
Let's do it, guys. Let's get this show out there. Share it out. Get some people to watch this show. Get them to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. We gonna do it. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Make sure to watch us this Tuesday for New Comic Book Day, where we'll be talking about a very, very short comic book, New Comic Book Day. We only have about 4, maybe 5 books, so you're probably looking at maybe about, at the most, if we can stretch it, a 10-minute video. Probably not. It'll probably be like 8 minutes long. It's gonna be the shortest New Comic Book Day video we've ever done.
That's right.
Maybe we'll do an extended bit at the front end. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But thanks again for everybody watching. And as always, fam, be kind to one another and read more comics. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Later. Thanks, John. We appreciate it. Everybody, we love y'all. Thank you, Patty. Thank you for the birthday. Also, you have time for Local Man for Image is worth the shot. Oh, yeah, man. I only read the first issue. So that might be something we need to look into.